Good evening, everybody. Uh-oh. I didn't know what that noise was. It's my phone. I'm trying to turn on the UK game. Freaked me out for a second. I was like, what is going on with my computer? But anyway, Kentucky is playing tonight. So Mike's not here. He's not here when Kentucky plays. And Josh's family is not feeling well, so he's not here. So it's just me tonight flying solo. Once you're on here, just go ahead and make sure you like it, share it. Let us know where you're watching from. Scott Butler's here, and my good buddy Jimmy Carroll is here. Scott's my good buddy too. Uh, he's all right. Anthony Jones says, "Howdy, Anthony." Anthony showed up one Tuesday, a couple months ago. He's here every night, every week. I love it. Here's what you can do. You can put the UK game on your TV, and you can have us on your phone. How about that? UK on your TV, have us on your phone. Scott Butler's leaving because it's just me. So glad. So glad. PK, what's up, my friend? How you doing? I'm going to go ahead and share this on my page while you guys are doing the same thing, right? Help a brother out here. Let's see. Here's what I'm going to say. Watch the UK game on your TV and us on your phone. Reed Shepherd is crushing it. Can we just say that? I remember when Reed Shepherd was in third grade dribbling a basketball through his legs up and down the court during middle school and high school games. And you knew he was going to be really good. But, man, he is really good. He's just smart, right? I don't do sports, so all eyes on you, baby. That's what I thought, Scott. All right, here we go. All right. So glad you guys are here. Sorry, by myself, so I had to take a break to share. Let's see who else is here. PK says, "Go Seahawks." He's very confused, guys. Jordan Friend, howdy, John. How's it going, Jordan? Christopher Halstead is here. Another 3 for Reed. I know I'm trying to put it on my phone right now. I had it on, so I use a TV behind me back here for my lighting, and I had the TV on the game, or I had the game on the TV, and the flash was just all over my face. So I got the TV on my phone. I got the game on my phone. I can't even talk. Here's the deal. I'm going to be watching the comments. I'm going to be talking to you about deer hunting. But when I do this, I'm also watching the game. It's fun to watch. Kentucky's not been fun to watch the last few years. Do you agree with that? When you're losing, it's not fun. But they're winning tonight. Reed, the local guy's playing well. And we just got a lot to cheer for. Also, Bobby Petrino headed back to Arkansas. This is not a sports show, but that guy's a creep. Why in the world are they hiring that dude? But he is a good coach. So Chris Creech is here. Chris Creech is a Fort Knox, a fellow Fort Knox hunter. I know someone just asked me how I did at Knox. This weekend, I only hunted one day at Knox. That was on Saturday. I thought I had a good deal. Kind of found a really well-worn deer trail, and I set up on it. I was not too far from some private land that had a cut cornfield on there. Really thought I would see something. Didn't see anything. It's the first time I've been to Knox and not seen a deer. I will say there were a lot less hunters there this Saturday than there were on the other days that I was there. And I'll be back. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to Harlan to bear hunt next Saturday. So I'm going to use that weekend to go back to Knox and try to get it done with my gun tag. But Chris Creech killed a good one. He was kind of communicating with me there while he was there. Somebody said they are now. I'm not sure. PK says Fort Knox has sucked for him big time. Hey, we have been told that we have ruined hunting at Fort Knox because we talk about it too much. So there you go. PK says it sucks. Steve Stimke says, "What's up, everyone?" Steve, how's your deer season going? If you looked at the post that I made, I said that we were going to talk deer hunting in December because I feel like a lot of folks and probably a lot of you uh, just don't deer hunt in December. So a lot of people end it in November. I still have 2 buck tags at Fort Knox. I have 3 doe tags on my Kentucky tags, and no, I have 2, and that's potentially 6 more deer that I can kill this year. And you know what? I'm going to try until January to get that done. So Jim said December 9th is coming up quickly. That is, so December 9th is muzzleloader, start of muzzleloader week in Kentucky, 9th through the 17th. And it's also the weekend that I can go to Knox. It's also bear rifle weekend. There's a lot of duck hunting that weekend. So it's a busy time. John, ask what everyone thinks. Is the rut over? All right, so it is November 28th. November 28th. PK wants to know your opinion. Just type yes or no in the comments. Is the rut over? Depending on where you live, you may have different answers. Is the hunt over? Yes or no? Type in the comments. Hurley Combs says squirrel time in December. Well, Hurley, if I borrow one of them dogs, let me borrow one of them dogs and I'll get on it. Actually, Hurley, you know what? My girls are wanting a dog. And I told them I'm not putting another dog in the house, but I will keep one outside, and it has to be a squirrel dog or something like that. So, Hurley, I might have to get one off of you. It is bottomed out, yes. Let's see here. Let's go through some of these. This person says I usually don't have to hunt in December, but I will this year. Have 3 does to get. Hey, don't listen. If you have doe tags available, you live in a zone 1 in Kentucky or a zone 2, don't pass that up. Go out there and kill does. There's a reason we have unlimited doe tags in zone 1. We have too many does. Just drive down the road. You'll see them dead all over the place. We have too many does. Some people disagree. We shouldn't just out whacking and stacking does. Well, I disagree with them. We need to kill more does. They eat all the food. They bump all the bucks away from your feed sites and your feeders. We need to kill more does. Steve says, last year I got 2 does, no bucks. This year I have 2 does. Would love to punch the buck tag. There you go. Hope you get it, Steve. But hey, be proud of those does, bro. People think it's easy to go kill a doe. If you kill a mature doe, that's like the smartest deer in the woods. That's the one that you want because that's the one that catches you. That's the one that walks in and goes, whoop, and sees you every time. Be proud of that. He says the rut is not over in Greenup. Yes, in Garrett County. I personally believe the rut is over. Of course, there's a trickling doe, but the rut is over. I think most of the rut is over. You still may have some does in heat some places, but most of it is over. Some does that have not been bred will be back in heat in December, and then a very few will be back in heat in January. Tail end of the rut in Southeast Ohio. That's how I would describe it. We're at the very, very end of the rut here in Kentucky. Well, Reed is on fire, guys. 19 points, 5 of 6 3-point shooting, making defensive plays. Come on. Cal has to start this guy. Calipari has to start this guy. Anyway, I just need 1 doe. Go get it, Joe. Joe's on the doe. Second rut will be starting by next weekend. I read, Chris, that December 10th is the time where that second rut kicks in, and I hope that it helps me at Fort Knox. That's my plan. Steve says yes. They're back on corn piles hard. Let's see. Primetime rut is over, but there'll still be some does come in a little late. Scott says they're on corn piles hard. Josh can tell you that on his place. They're just destroying the corn piles. He can't keep up feeding those. Rob says, what's up? I agree with the good doe harvest. I was blessed with my first buck in Western Kentucky, still looking for a good doe. Listen, I want to tell you about Rob. Rob, I posted a couple of days ago that I had 3 properties for sale. One of them is a property I'm directly selling. 2 of them I'm trying to help a friend sell. And Rob shared my post, and I got a text saying they were interested in one of the properties. I don't know if it'll work out, but I just want to give Rob his public appreciation. Thank you so much, Rob. I do appreciate it, brother. I killed my best buck to date this year. Send us pictures. Hey, listen, at the end of this show, maybe in about 25 minutes, we will 35 minutes. We'll start showing the deer you've killed, the deer you have on camera, Um, any type of buck that you want to show that we can say, hey, how old is this buck? Hey, how much does this buck measure? Send it to me. You see my name, John Stepp. If you're not friends with me on Facebook, add me on Facebook. Send me those photos through Messenger. We'll throw them on the screen. It's our favorite part of the show. Who doesn't like looking at big bucks, right? Mitch, guys, can we just give a virtual hand clap to Mitch? If you weren't on here last week, Mitch was hunting in Indiana. 25 days ago now. Mitch, correct me if I'm wrong. Mitch was hunting in Indiana. He was 24 feet in a tree. He fell out. He spent 25 hours crawling back to his truck. His parents eventually found him, and he just got out of the hospital yesterday. This man, in most cases, you fall 24 feet out of a tree, you're not making it home. And 25 days later, Mitch is on here. He joined the show. He got out of the hospital, made it home yesterday, and I'm just so happy. He's going to come on and talk to us about what happened sometime, I guess, when he's feeling better. But man, I'm just glad that he's able to be here and talk. Someone say you talk too much, Billy. I don't know. What's up, fellas? Got a buddy that had a nice 8-point coming in. He was checking the does that were coming into his corn pile tonight. City deer. What city are you in, Chris? 25 days for Mitch. That's just incredible. Mike says Mike is watching on his phone, and he's watching the ball game on TV. Says, go Big Blue. I'm ready to shoot some more does. If you shot does as good as Reed Shepherd shot threes, Mike, you wouldn't have any tags left. That's a fact. Let's see. God bless you, Mitch. Yes, absolutely. Y'all say when. I'll be on there. I'm free 9 more weeks. So maybe next Tuesday, Mitch, we'll see what's going on. I saw a huge buck on the way home from work today. Isn't that how it goes? Biggest bucks I've seen this year. I've been in my truck. Yeah, that's it. Well, Joe's going to go order some food. Well, Joe, why don't you order it on Joe, you live out near Moorhead. I'm sure they have like Uber Eats or DoorDash. That way you can still watch us. You can still watch the game. You can eat your food. Just set one here, food on your belly. You're good to go. That's what I do. Prayers for Mitch. Yeah, Mitch has still got some recovery. Broke his left wrist or arm, maybe hand. I don't remember. He's in a back brace, but he's alive, and he'll be hunting again. And he shared this cool gadget with me. He sent me a video. It's a gadget where I think it's like an app on your phone, and if you fall and that gadget becomes unattached from your tether or your safety harness, it automatically through Bluetooth alerts someone that you have fallen, and they can come get you. So I think that's a pretty cool tool. Shannon's in Lexington, Kentucky. Ever heard of Whitetail Heaven Outfitters? Yeah, we've heard of them. I really liked when they had the Whitetail Heaven store. Now I think it's just a gun store, but yes, absolutely, we've heard of them. Mitch broke his left wrist and his L2 vertebrae. That's what it was. So, yeah. All right, Reed's coming out of the game. We're up by 24 points. Let's see what happens. I bet that lead gets cut. John can give a big birthday shout out. Okay. Big birthday shout out to PK's Uncle Bang. That's a heck of a name today. It's his birthday, and he's watching with me. Bang, we are so glad you're watching. I have spent 2 weekends with PK at his house. He has fed me well. His wife is amazing. I love his kids. And Bang, I'm sure you're wonderful too. So happy birthday to Bang. Bang, it's my birthday on Friday. I'm excited about that. I turned 37, and here's to a better 37 than what 36 was. Let's see. Scott Butler said, well, I had a 20-foot ladder stand break halfway up. Scott, it's because you exceeded the weight limit. That's why you have to pay careful attention to those weight limits. Scott, you should probably always use a double, like a buddy stand. That way, I think they're like 550 pounds. That way, I'm just joking. Scott and I give each other a hard time because we both are big guys. We like to eat, and we like to make fun of each other. Let's see. He said his buddy's stand strap broke at top. Stand came off a tree, hit another tree. No injuries, but sore. I saw a video on TikTok of these guys climbed in a stand. They only ratcheted the seat to the tree. They didn't ratchet the ladder. And the ladder just doubled. It just folded. Instead of being like this, it just folded. And one of them had got down and the other was trying to. It was good. Here's a good message. Here's a good comment. Trapping is about to be in full swing. Let me show you guys something. Hold on. Trapping is about to be in full swing. You know what else is about to be in full swing? I am working on an Eastern Outdoors merchandise shop. So t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and my good friend Bub, who said he was going to be on here tonight, my good friend Bub, I asked him if he would buy this hat. I just want to know if we put this hat in a store where you could order it online, we never run out, it's through a third party. If we had this hat for all you trappers out there, because we've talked about this before, would you purchase this hat? Just tell me yes or no in the comments. If it's no, I don't care. Maybe I wouldn't purchase it either. Let's see. Would you purchase this hat if we were selling it? Can you see that? You should be able to see that. Would you purchase that? Make trapping great again. It doesn't have like a cool MAGA, but make trapping great again. We tried to do that last year. We were giving away prizes. We were doing like Trapper of the Week. Would you purchase that hat if we had it for sale? Make trapping great again. Great again. Bub already said he would, so I can sell one. I can sell one. But I thought it was a good hat. It looks, just like the Trump hats. PK is all for it. Look at that. He's ready to go. Uh-oh. He's ready to go. Rob said he'd buy it. So there you go. Well, I'm hoping that we will have those ready on by Friday. So my goal is by Friday to have a shop ready that you guys can literally just go there, order t-shirts, hoodies, hats, anything you want. And look, if you have an idea for one, send it to me and I'll get you one for free. If your idea is good, I'll send you one for free. Jordan says he would buy if Bub autographed it for him. Jordan, that's a special edition one. So it comes with an autograph, and Bub's going to send you a free dog-proof trap with it. So if you can do, I can make that happen, Jordan. Oh, so Bub, I don't know if people like the shirt. So Bub also told me I need he told me that his favorite hunting shirt. This is totally not, we never stick to the topic, right? We never do. Hunter orange hats? Yeah, absolutely. So, hold on. Stop the screen share. So Bub told me his favorite hunting shirt or favorite shirt period maybe is one of Dale Earnhardt holding a buck, and it just says legend on it. So I was like, you know what? I can probably make a Dale Earnhardt shirt. So, Bub, I gotta find it. So I made a Dale Earnhardt shirt, and it's probably not something I would buy, but Bub thinks that people will like it. So let's see here. Yeah, that's it. Now, if this is some of you, this will be right up your alley. Some of you, this will not. But I just want to know, would you buy it? Or do you have a friend who would buy it? I'm laughing because I think it's funny. Let's see. Yes or no, would you buy this Dale Earnhardt shirt that I created right there? That is not me in the photo. That's a handsome young model that's probably not real. Would you buy that shirt? Let's see if I can blow it up a little bit. Look at that. Not bad. Jimmy said he'd buy 2 of them. Bub said he would buy 10. My daughter makes fun of the way I say 10. So there you go. Jimmy, Bub, we don't have as much of a response on this one. So maybe it's just you and your Eastern Kentucky buddies. Caleb says absolutely buy 3 of them. He would buy 3. So we've already, look, maybe I should do some pre-orders. I don't know. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have the shop ready to go on Friday. And that's my plan. That's my plan, I'm hoping. And so I think we'll have some great items for Christmas gifts. Great. That will sell out in the 606. Listen, I remember. Look, I remember Joe. I think they go all the way from a small to a 5X. I think so. I remember not, and I'm not making light of this. I'm not a NASCAR fan, but when I was like in seventh grade or maybe sixth grade, that's when Dale Earnhardt died. I literally had a teacher who was crying. Like the very next day, he was crying, and he made he tore his bulletin board down, and he made a Dale Earnhardt rest in peace bulletin board with threes with angel wings on them. Literally wins the race on a Saturday or Sunday, the Daytona 500 probably on a Sunday. He literally was very, very upset. And I felt bad for him. It was kind of funny as a sixth grader. Scott, do those shirts stretch? Well, you don't have to look like the model to wear them. So maybe we need to get a Reed Shepherd shirt. How good is this UK team going to be when they get healthy? Mark, if Reed Shepherd continues to get 28 minutes a game, or I think he's getting like 25, 26, but if we up that to 30, I think you're going to score 8, 10 more points a game. I don't think he's the most talented player on the team, but I think he improves everyone around him more than anyone else on the team. He just missed a 3. But we're up by 23. We were 5.5 point favorites. This is the number 8 team in the country, and we're up by 23. Now, if you're not from Kentucky, we get it. It's okay. I'm sorry we're talking about this and Dale Earnhardt and not hunting. But Kentucky has struggled, and it's so fun watching this team. I never watch basketball until the Super Bowl's over. I don't watch basketball till March. I've watched every game, and it's because of Reed Shepherd. So salute to you, Reed. Kentucky boy getting it done. Let's see. We need him to slow down or he's going to be a lottery pick. I think he'll at least stay one more year. I think he's still a little short, and NBA drafts on potential and not what you do on the court, it seems. So I think he'll stay at least one more year. But if he stays next year and he is the true point guard for a full game, I think he's definitely gone. First rounder. Dale isn't just good for Kentucky; he's good for the country. Oh, that's Josh. Hey, I think you could sell those Dale Earnhardt shirts all in the South, Right? Where's Dale Earnhardt from? Maybe I don't know. Yeah, for sure. If you get it in like Realtree, definitely. Bub says I follow Kentucky basketball all year, but it's hard to keep up in deer season. Right, and that's what we're talking about. It is deer season. Do you want to talk about the piebald buck? What do you guys think? I'm not going to say much. Corey Harris. Everybody kept calling him a kid, like he's a good kid, this and that. He's older than me. He's 37, I think. But here's all I know. He did kill the buck, and he took pictures of it. And it's hard to think that someone would do something illegal and then post those pictures that went nuts. I mean, those pictures blew up on our page. And then Mossy Oak posted them. Blows up on Mossy Oak's page. And then I start getting messages left and right. I start getting messages on how that deer was posed and how that deer was this and how that deer was that. Here's what I'll say. The personal feelings about the deer mean zero. If you think it was a pet deer, if you think that's not really fair chase because it was eating out people's hands, if you think piebald deer or albino deer shouldn't be killed, that is all irrelevant. It's a legal deer, right? No one owns it. So it is a free range deer. I understand those feelings and those emotions, and I respect that, but they're irrelevant. They don't matter when it comes to what happened. So there's two sides of this. One side says he didn't have permission. One side says he did have permission, And that kind of changed once some negative feedback was released. Some negative publicity was released. I don't know the truth, but I know that he will have his day in court, and that if he has evidence that he had permission, he'll be fine. And if he doesn't have evidence, it's going to be a hard one. It's going to be really hard. So Bub says, so did he have permission? I don't know. Some people have told me privately he did. Some people told me privately he didn't. And that's multiple people on both sides have told me that. I can't tell you. One, I would never name names on who reaches out to me. People reach out all the time. Two, I mean, it's dozens of people reaching out on this one. So here's what I'll say. I hope he did things the right way, and I hope that he is proven innocent if he is innocent. And if he's not, then I just hope justice prevails, right? If he's innocent, let him go and celebrate the dang deer. It's an awesome kill. And if he's not innocent, man, I hate that. I really do. Like, I don't want anyone to get in trouble. But let me say this. If you get permission to hunt private land, and you know I don't care if you kill a doe all the way to a 200-inch buck. Don't just, he can sing, he might be able to sing, I don't know. Don't just get verbal permission. You need it in writing. A text message would probably hold up in court. I wouldn't even go by a text message. I would say, hey, here's in writing. I, John Stepp, on November 28th, 2023, have been granted permission by Bub Tackett to hunt this piece of land. At the bottom, signed John Stepp. At the bottom, Mike Bub Tackett. Get it in writing. It doesn't matter if it's notebook paper, if it's a legal pad, if it's a contract you've written up, if it's from a lawyer or just you. Get it in writing, and you're going to be okay. That's where I think if he got permission and he didn't get it in writing, he might be in trouble, even if he had permission. Because all they have to say is, I didn't give him permission. So you have to, Bub wouldn't give you permission. Let's be real. Hey, Bub actually offered for me to bring my daughter Ellis over to his lease somewhere, I don't remember, and hunt. So you know what, Caleb? He would. He would. I have friends, Caleb. You know what, Caleb? Bub didn't leave me. Caleb was my only friend here in Frankfurt, and he left me. And I'm still hurt. Bub didn't leave me, which he's pretty far away, but still. Verbal or written is what the law states, but writing. So here's the thing. What Will says, verbal or written is what the law states. But if you go to court, and if this was me, I totally would have went with verbal permission and hunted. But now that this has come out, dude, you better be able to prove it. Because here's the thing. What if Bub gives me permission to hunt his land? Okay? Oh, hold on. Caleb, I'll get to that comment. What if Bub gives me permission to hunt his land? And Bub owns that land with his dad. And I kill a 200-inch buck or a nice piebald, unique, once-in-a-lifetime buck. And Bub's dad is mad. And then Bub says, you know what? I didn't give him permission. How can I prove it? I can't prove it. So it might say verbal, but you better get it in something. At the very least, a text message. Hey, Bub, are you sure I can hunt that land? He replies, yeah, man, I'm sure. Go ahead. Boom, you're good. But I don't know, man. I hate it for the guy. I don't like to see anybody get in trouble. But, if you do the wrong thing, then I want you to. But maybe he did the right thing. I don't know. I hope he did the right thing. I'm pulling for him. And I promise you, if he did the right thing, if he's found innocent, if he has evidence of proof, if he has evidence of permission, we will post it and share it and make sure people know, because we did post a picture that said post on it. But the post was with a question mark. I don't think anybody noticed the question mark. I think they ignored the question mark and just ran with the post. So I changed that image. I wish I would have never done that. I did write in the copy. I think I even made some people. I think I even made some people that I really like angry over that because they thought it was unfair of me. So I hope they don't stay mad forever. Jimmy says, good night. Stay warm and safe. Good luck to everyone in the woods. Jimmy, you too, brother. Hope you're able to get out there and get a deer soon. Hope you're feeling well. Appreciate you. But yeah, hopefully it all just works out for Corey. That's what we hope. That's what we hope. John, did you say treble or treble? Treble? I've been made fun of all day for the way I talk from my 10-year-old. When I say 10, she says like 10 doesn't have 2 syllables. It's 10. I just can't say it like that. Let's see. Bub Tackett says, if you want to support Corey Harris, he should have started with that, I think. If you want to support Corey Michael Harris, go to iTunes and look up Come Hell or High Water, Corey Michael Harris, in which he gave all the money to flood victims. But if guilty, the deer needs taken. So Bub's like, hey, man, he's a good dude. But if he's guilty, take his deer. You know what they need to do? If he is guilty, and I don't know, man. I'm just feeling like maybe he had permission. I don't know. But here's what they should do. If he's guilty, they should take that buck, have it mounted, and put it right there in the American Legion building. American Legion supposedly owned that land. They should go ahead and take that buck and mount it and put it in the American Legion. I think that's a great idea. There was a huge buck killed in the Fort Wright area in northern Kentucky back about 3 years ago. It was one of the biggest posts we made that year. People were fit to be tied. They were fit to be tied because that buck was a neighborhood buck. He literally would just bed down in people's yards and sleep and eat out of your hand. Like he really was a neighborhood buck. It was kind of unfair. However, he was killed and he was poached. And the guy killed him in Kenton County. I think it's Kenton County. If Mike's on here, he can clear this up. And then took him back to Franklin County and tagged him in Franklin. And so what they did with that Fort Wright buck is one of the guy's punishments, in addition to losing the buck and losing his bow and everything else, he didn't have permission, by the way. One of the guy's punishment is he had to pay to have it mounted, and they put it in the Fort Wright City Hall, and it's hanging up there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Mark says that's the one I was talking about. The guy that killed it was a brother of a guy I worked with. Yeah, that was a massive buck. I think it measured like 218 or 228 or something like that, 238. I don't know. It's huge. It was a monster. And then putting it in City Hall was a great move. And so if he's found guilty, and here's the thing: if it is questionable, I hope he's let go. But if they have beyond proof, then a cool punishment would be to pay for the mount to put it in the American Legion building. That'd be cool. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. He's probably a good dude. They framed him up. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know him at all, but I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt and let it play out. So I've had people tell me, hey, in a few weeks, all these charges are going to be dropped. He has all the proof. He has witnesses. I hope he does. I really do. Really, really do. Ooh, so Mark has some insight on that Fort Wright buck. He had permission from the husband. Then after he killed it, the guy's wife freaked out and the husband balked on giving him permission. That could be the same. See, that could be the same exact scenario as this. He had permission from someone at the American Legion. The other people freaked out. The neighborhood freaked out. Social media freaked out. The dude at American Legion balked, and he got in trouble. Mark, that guy, though, he did tag it in Franklin County, which is immediately suspicious. Maybe he didn't know the rules. But again, if that guy had a text message from the husband giving him permission, he's off. He's off. But there are ordinances in urban areas of shooting projectiles, even if it's an arrow. So that was a tricky one. That's why you get in writing. You're right, Joe. Bub says, if I'm Corey and I beat it, I still give it to the people. No, the people that roasted you, the people that were ready to hang you, I'm not giving that buck to anyone, but I'm putting it on the wall in my house, and I'm writing a freaking song about it if I'm him. And then you know what I'm going to do with the money it makes in iTunes? Keep it. Because if he got permission and he did everything legally and they've treated this guy this way, and look, I mean, I'll admit we were part of that. I don't deny that. We were part of it. Then, dude, he needs to go live. He needs to talk about it. He needs to put the mount behind him on the wall. Danny says Danny would know. Danny's a state trooper. One person can't give him permission in this case, though. Okay, that could add another layer to it. So maybe it has to be the American Legion board or something. I don't know. I don't even know how the American Legion works. Yeah, so maybe he got permission, but not from the person that can give permission, right? Just like Mark Lilly's friend, he got permission from the husband. Obviously, the wife runs that household. So he should have got permission from the wife. Mark says, yes, because the husband said, get the deer out of here and don't let anyone know you killed it here. Because after his wife got mad, they was worried about the neighbors. I mean, I feel like the husband needs to pay a fine too. It's like conspiracy. Oh, I'm not a state trooper. Oh, Danny, my brother's father-in-law, his name is Danny Caudle, and he is a state trooper. Sorry, Danny. Same name. I can't see the profile picture, but sorry about the confusion. That's my fault. I thought it was weird that Danny, my brother's father-in-law, was on here, but I just ran with it. Who knows? But Danny may be right. It may maybe he need permission. Reed missed another 3. Maybe he needed permission from someone he didn't have it from. I don't know. I just hope it works out the way it should work out. I heard. See, this is how so many of these go. I heard, or my buddy said, right? And this is all I know too, Justin. Only thing I can tell you is what I've heard. And that's all Justin's doing here. I heard the board gave him permission. And then after, with all the backlash, one of them went and pressed charges. Here's the thing about that. The only people that can bring charges is Fish and Wildlife law enforcement, right? So I just can't go down there and file charges and they show up on a court docket. I don't think. Am I wrong there? Does anybody know? So I think what they did was they called Fish and Wildlife. Fish and Wildlife investigated, and then they brought the charges. So, yeah, that board, I tell you what, the nights of Corey going to the American Legion, drinking a beer and playing his guitar over for that group. I tell you that. Gary Kite says, I'm coming in on this late, but when I get permission, I always get it right. There you go, Gary. You're doing it the right way. Was he wearing orange or not? I don't know. The Chargers said he wasn't, but what are they going off of? Just his pictures? Because you can drag that buck up to the road and take your orange off and take a picture. That was hard. That was hard, I think. I don't know how they did it. Oh, press trespassing charges. Okay, that makes sense. That's why we have a justice system. Hope everything was handled properly and he gets that buck returned. I do too, Cody. I'm with you. I am with you. Kentucky has been rated as the most corrupted state in the United States. Probably not. It may have been rated that, but I don't think so. Louisville. I mean, maybe Louisville. But most of Kentucky's rural counties. Supposedly video footage. Okay, so Justin might have the inside track here. Supposedly video footage from the building is where the no orange came from. That'll do it. And you know what? Not wearing orange during gun season, that should be a serious violation. We just had a young man, get shot and killed in Kentucky like 3 days ago. Not that I'm sure that young man was wearing orange, but still, wearing orange is serious violation during gun season. We are going to change that. Bub says we are going to change that. Bub, if you live in Bub, you'll have to post the counties. If you live in District 7, Fish and Wildlife District 7, that's like Floyd, Martin, Harlan, maybe Breathitt. If you live in those counties in Eastern Kentucky, Bub is running for District 7 Commissioner for Fish and Wildlife. It is tomorrow at 7. The vote is tomorrow at 7:30 at the Jenny Wiley Convention Center in Prestonsburg, I believe. And he wants your vote. And I reached out to Bub maybe 2 weeks ago and was like, hey, I think you should run for this. I think you would be fantastic at it. He said, I want to run for that. And so, yeah, I think he has a good chance of getting it. I think he not only has a good chance of being voted as a top 5, I think when his name goes to Governor Beshear, Bub has done a lot for his community, Wheelwright and in Floyd County. And I think Governor Beshear, I think he'll be a great candidate for Governor Beshear. So we're pulling for Bub. So if you're in District 7, go over there and do that. John, tell Bub to let me hunt his land, and I'll go tomorrow for him. Bub, I don't know who said that, so I can't. Sorry. This Facebook user wants to hunt over there, Bub. John Gray says, what should the age limit be for kids to hunt deer with a rifle? I think it's more of a kind of the look test. You know, there are people who post pictures during youth season and their 3-year-old has shot a 30-06. Not believable. But, you know, like I have a 10-year-old girl and she's plenty big enough to shoot a rifle that, you know, has minimum recoil. But there are some 10-year-old girls who aren't even close, right? I coach her basketball team, and there are some 10-year-olds on that basketball team. They're tiny. So it really just depends on the kid, I think. I think you look for 2 things. Can they handle it physically and maturity-wise? Like, do they know gun safety? Do they take that seriously? Both of my girls, they're 10 and 8. I don't keep loaded guns in the house, aside from a pistol that's put away where only I can get to in case I need it sometime. But I do have guns. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 just right here in this room over here. And they know not to touch them. They have never touched them. They will check that they're not loaded, but they still know don't touch them. And so it just depends on the kid. Let's see here. Christian says they make gun racks that takes all the recoil away, so a 3-year-old just has to pull the trigger. Right. Absolutely, they do. I still think it's hard for a 3-year-old, though. And that was just an example, right? My brother's son shot a nice buck, and he's 8. Right, let's see. Mark says, I just Googled most corrupt states. Number 1, Kentucky, followed by South Dakota. I just don't get it. Do you feel like things are corrupt here? I don't. It would take, you're talking about the whole state. I don't know, maybe. Let's see. I guess I'll run for District 5. Mike says he'll run for District 5. Mike, we can get you on there, bro. I have written some articles against Governor Beshear, so maybe that'll knock you out. I don't know, but I'd vote for you. But I'm not in District 5. I think I'm District 4. Bub said Hunter's Ed class requirements are 9 years old. Oh, for a Hunter's Ed, you got to be 9 years old. Okay. My youngest is 9, and I use a tripod with him. Yeah. One of those Bog tripods, man, or one of those Caldwell shooting stands. I don't know what they call them, shooting something. I've got one of those. They're great. Yeah. Man, I put a bet on this game. We're winning by 25. We were supposed to win by 5.5, which you can't win by 5.5, right? Wow. 22 now, but still. I'm impressed. Mike, I hope this is worth missing the live because we've had a great show. Caleb says, yes, he was at turkey camp and had great success this Sunday. It was a great time. So, Bub, Caleb said the other day or a while ago, I said that Caleb left me and Bub didn't. And then Caleb said, well, I didn't leave you hanging at deer camp. Oh, man, that was a shot. Bog Pod. Yeah, there you go. Caleb has a Caldwell. Oh, it's been a great show. Let's see. I could blow your mind with stuff that has went on in backwoods politics. We are getting better, but I can see it. Right, but you don't think every state has that? Come on. Kentucky had, listen, take the politicians out of it. Kentucky has good folks, man. Kentucky has good people. Like I said, Louisville, like I've talked to people that live in Louisville, they're sick of it. They're ready to get out of there. Not some people love Louisville. But Louisville's the one place where people are like, gosh, I'm tired of Louisville. It's too woke. It's too this. That's the words they use. Wow, Kentucky blasted Miami. Anyway, Reach Evers player of the game night. Yeah, hands down, he has to be. John, he was player of the game in the first half. And now we just hope that Alabama loses, right? But, dude, Kentucky, I will never live anywhere else. I want to live in Kentucky because I love the people of Kentucky. I love Eastern Kentucky. That's my home. That's what I love the most. I love going to Western Kentucky. I love living in Central Kentucky. I love Kentucky. And I think we have the best folks of anywhere in the country. Politicians, you just can't judge them against normal people. Scott Butler says, who is Reed Shepherd? God. No wonder you've not had a place to hunt, Scott. No wonder they kicked you off there. How do you prove a state is corrupt? That is a great question. I don't know, Cody. I don't know. Maybe by a survey? I don't know. What if you could live on Norris Lake? I'd rather live on Lake Cumberland. If I was going to move, I would move to Somerset. Pulaski County, to me, is the greatest county. If you're a hunter and a fisherman, Pulaski County is the greatest county in Kentucky to live in. The only ones that could really argue that is maybe like Trigg out there, or maybe, but those counties west of Kentucky Lake are all in the CWD zone, and the hunting's not great. They don't kill a lot of deer out there. Pulaski County is the way to go. You got Lake Cumberland. You have Boone and Crockett bucks, not just Boone and Crockett, multiple Boone and Crockett bucks killed there every year. Mike says you let strippers and hookers in the dorms to recruit minors to play basketball for your city. Mike has taken the conversation off the rails. Mike, I don't think anyone's in here taking up for Louisville, are they? I don't know. Wow. Anyway, Mike just really took it to another level there. Let's see. Jake Bailey says, what happened with the young man getting shot? Did someone shoot him? How'd that happen? I don't know. I've asked around. I don't know what happened. I know that some of you guys may not have heard of this, but did you know that in Garrett County, like maybe opening weekend of gun season, on the same exact day, there were two separate hunters, separate events, who accidentally shot and killed themselves in the same county on the same day, two separate events. Sounds suspicious, but it is true. No foul play. They accidentally shot and killed themselves. One of them was like a veteran hunter, like he had hunted a lot. Man, you got to be careful. Like, I don't care if you've been hunting for 40 years or 6 months. You need to take the same approach to safety. And then after the guy was killed, the guy that accidentally stabbed himself in the leg, he and died. After that, there's just so many opportunities to talk about safety. I actually was on the news that night talking about safety. But, you got to be safe, man. Yeah, Cody, I am in Lexington. Cody, when I hear the name Varney, I think of Belfry in Pike County, because when I played football, there was always a Varney that played for Belfry and was good at football. I feel like that was so. Yeah, 77-year-old and 26-year-old, yeah. And the young man that was just killed the other day, I don't know how it happened, if it was self-inflicted or someone else shot him. I've not seen that. But he was young. I think he was early 20s as well. So muzzle control, very important. Can't emphasize that more. Yeah, absolutely. How did the old man shoot himself 3 times? I didn't know it was 3 times. I don't know. It's terrible though. Absolutely. Let's see. I worked with a lot of Pennsylvania guys. They said it happens every year, opening day in that state. I'm sure Pennsylvania has more hunters than most states have, so they're bound to have accidents, but they just feel preventable. They just feel like take that extra step and it's preventable. My girlfriend is from Belfry. Shaking my head is all I can do. Bub, I thought she was your fiance. That's a big difference, bro. Maybe she's not, but I thought isn't she your fiance? You're just calling her your girlfriend? Is Morgan nearby? Not a good look. Will says Leslie County is home. Got a place in Jabez on Lake Cumberland. There you go. That's the way to do it, Will. You're doing it right. Oh no, she heard you, and he's in trouble now. I guess if Bub gave someone permission to hunt a buck in his yard, you'd have to ask his fiance first too. I can tell who runs that relationship. It just caught me off guard. He said GF. I was like, first I thought they were married, but no, they're engaged. Let's see. Oh, did anyone hear about a hunter died from a buddy heater? Oh wow, I've not heard this. This is a new one. Anybody heard this? A deer hunter was killed because his buddy heater he was using in a ladder stand caught fire. Buddy heater. Oh, he had it up in the ladder stand, and it caught. Wow. So he caught himself on fire? I mean, I smile, but I don't mean to. It's just as bizarre. Guys, don't put a buddy heater in a ladder stand. I think that's asking for trouble. Scott says, wish I had a fiance. I'd be single. Oh, gosh. That isn't a buddy. Oh, it's funny. I read that somewhere today. Yeah, I have to look that up, John. I've not heard of that. Don't seem like a buddy heater be too beneficial. I don't know. It is kind of bizarre to have a buddy heater in a tree stand. I've never heard of anybody doing that. Now I have putting a buddy heater stop, drop, and roll. Yeah, 25 feet. What are you going to do? We had too many jokes about this guy. As soon as I saw John's comment, I had some jokes come to my head. I didn't say them out loud because there's 40-some people watching me, and there'll be hundreds and a couple thousand more watch this. But there's only one. They ain't watching you. So when you said a buddy heater kill that guy, Bub said that isn't a buddy. And then PK said he should stop, drop, and roll. He could have dropped, but he wouldn't have been probably same results. I don't know. I have to look that up, though. You got to be safe, man. You never know. You never know. Never know. All right. I think I had some folks send me some pictures. Let's check it out. Don't forget, Friday, trying to do the EOM shop. Get your Dale Earnhardt t-shirt. I just think that's so funny that we're going to sell a Dale Earnhardt t-shirt. I would never, ever imagine that until Bub said it. Get your Make Trapping Great Again hat because we've been wanting to sell that for like three years. Probably would have rolled when he dropped. Absolutely. Climb down and perform. Yeah. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like even if it did, let's say you're sitting there, right? And you have like some kind of hoodie or something, your sleeve catches on fire. I feel like I can get down and put that out fast enough so that I don't die. So it's a bizarre situation. Debbie says, hey, John, I'm late. Just got back from Nashville, taking my wife shopping for her birthday. See, now this is a man who sets a good example, folks. W.O. took his wife shopping for her birthday in Nashville, and Bub calls his fiance his girlfriend. W.O., you're going to have to give Bub some pointers on how to do this thing right. You got to, John, I got to show you something. Hit me up after shot. Will PK? Will says, I don't know. Panic would set in. It would set in. It would. I don't know. Let's look and see if we have any pictures. Oh boy, we're gonna start with a good one. Now I hope that the guy that sent me this is on here. I don't know if he is. He's not made a comment, but he sent me the picture, so he might be watching. Oh, there we go. Look at the fiance said the reason he called her his girlfriend is because he can't spell fiance. Oh, she's a teacher. I mean, love it, Morgan. Morgan, you're welcome on here every Tuesday. It'll be a lot more fun if you're on here together, I think. Bub, you get more crap than anyone. It is funny. Bub's a great guy. Let's see here. I hope that Harold Kenny is still on here because I'm going to show you his picture. And it is a good one. Look at that. Look at that. What is that? A 1, 2, 3. So mainframe 10. This is the only picture I have. I don't see any extras. Man, that is a nice buck. He's wearing an orange hat that says assassin. I think it might say like bass assassin. I don't know. But yeah, that is a wonderful buck. What do you guys think about that one? What do you think about that? 11 pointer. Okay, so Harold is on here. He says it's an 11 pointer. Harold, did you have it measured, guys? If chime in, what do you think this buck would measure here? Beautiful buck, Harold. Very happy for you, Harold. Where, if you, I don't know if you don't have to share this if you don't want to, Harold. What county did you kill this in? I don't know if Bub is saying wow for the buck or for Morgan calling him out. John says he thinks it's a 170. Greenup County. I've heard of a couple. Listen, I'm telling you guys, I've been seeing people. Bub posted that he was running for the District 7 commissioner spot, and there were people in there saying, hey, Eastern Kentucky, we need to stop hunting does. We need to stop doing this. We need to cut down on gun season. Guys, Eastern Kentucky's never going to have the amount of deer that the rest of the state has. No matter what we do, they're not going to have the same amount of deer. We don't have the food sources for them, the agriculture for them in the mountains. But per capita, we got the biggest bucks. We got the biggest bucks in Eastern Kentucky. The big bucks are in Eastern Kentucky, I'm telling you. Michael says 158. Joe says 177. Facebook user says 174. That could be Harold. You're correct. I am correct. I get that a lot, Will. Let's see. Fact. It is a fact. I'm telling you. Eastern Kentucky, if you want to kill a big mature buck, you go climb a mountain and you find one. You might find one. You might be the only human it's ever seen. Hopefully you see it before it sees you. But I'm telling you, Eastern Kentucky has big bucks. You're not gonna see a bunch of bucks. It might take you the whole season to get one. It's gonna suck and it's gonna be hard. But if you put in your time, I'm telling you, they are there. Absolutely. And anybody that kills deer there that don't just hunt like 1 or 2 weekends, I think they would agree. And no one will convince me otherwise. We have guys before that try to move. I mean, I remember a few years ago, people were saying they should shut down hunting in Eastern Kentucky. Shut it down for a year. And I'm like, obviously you guys aren't from Eastern Kentucky. Because we got a lot of guys there that they only get to hunt a few times. They work 6 days a week, right? And I'll always go to bat for my Eastern Kentuckians. They are my favorite people in the world. Like Jordan says, just get written permission first. Hey, that's one thing about Eastern Kentucky. There's so much private land that you hunt that's owned by some rich dude that doesn't live here, that owns a coal company. You just don't know. Like you just go hunt it. If you can ride a 4-wheeler there, I think you should be able to hunt it. So there you go. Let's look at here. James Dixon. Well, we got some good ones coming in tonight. We got some good ones. For all the people that don't like gun season and think it's too long, think it's in the wrong part of the month, think this or that. Just look at these. Oh, what happened? A lot. Just look at these bucks and shut up. Let's see right here. Let me present it. Look at this one. Here's another good one. My goodness. Looks like a 9-pointer. This is James Dixon with a 9-pointer. James, are you on here? I see that grunt call. Did you call it? Did you grunt that one in? That's really cool. Really cool. 160. Yeah, this is another nice one. Very nice. Yeah, so Bub's saying the bow only for 5-year people. Yeah, there's people saying Eastern Kentucky should be bow only for 5. Man, it's just wild. It's just wild that people say stuff like that. Limiting hunter participation. Somebody just sent me. Oh, Will Coley, you're here. Oh, Will, that's a good one. Hold on, Will. I got to send them to my messenger. Well, I see that video. I'll have to watch that video when I get off here. I'm gonna try to send myself these pictures. All right, let's look at another one. That's James. James is on here. No, he came in chasing a doe. The G2 was 12 inches. Not sure what he scored, but my PB for sure. Bro, that's a great deer. Fantastic. James, do you care to share where you what county you killed that one in? He said he also sent one of. Look at that. It just doesn't get better. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Got 3 little tines there on the brow tines. That's cool. Will, I just read your last text, and that was what I was getting ready to ask. So thanks for telling me that. All right, let's keep it moving here. Let's see. Now here's Bub's protege. Okay. Here's Bub killing him a deer. John, have a great week, brother. We'll see you next Tuesday. Make sure you're back on here. We appreciate you. Here's little Bub. Colton. Nice gun there. He killed him a doe. James killed his in Mercer County. Nice. I don't hear many. I'm sure Mercer County has a ton of deer, but I just don't hear that much there. Let's keep it moving. Now we're just going to say these deer. Crap, where did mine go? Oh, we're going to say that these deer are all from different areas. And I think they actually might be. I'm not going to start with that one, though. I'm going to start with, here's one on the ground. These are all good deer. The last one, super good. This is from my buddy Will. Another Eastern Kentucky guy. Doesn't live in Eastern Kentucky now, but another one. Look at that. That's a good one. I don't know if that's Will's or somebody in his family. Then this one, I think this is Will's niece. Will, when I first saw her, I thought she looks like your sister, but she actually looks just like her dad. So Will's niece, she always like the kids getting in on one. And then I don't know who this is, but my goodness, look at that one. Now that one's a little funky. You got, I guess that's a brow tine. I don't know, but you got 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side, 2 sticking out down there, 1 down there. That's Jeff. That's Jeff. Is that Jeff Ramsey? Oh, that's my old math teacher, Jeff Ramsey. He was a good. He was a great math teacher. I really like him, and but he doesn't look the same as he did 20, 27 years ago or something. I don't know how long it's been. Yeah, that's a good one. So I know where a couple of those deer are from, I'm sure. Maybe all of them. Yeah, Jeff was a great math teacher. You have to tell me where you got that one, Will. Will's texting me. He's not in the comments. He's just texting me here. Let's see. Caleb says, congrats to Charlie Rutherford's girlfriend or fiance. Natalie got her first buck and was by herself. He couldn't be more proud after just being introduced to hunting just a couple years ago. That's awesome. Bub says, the amount of big bucks as a whole that comes from the mountains between 140 and 160 blows my mind every year. The cactus buck, yes, I posted that cactus buck today. That was in Knott County. Justin says, I sent you my harvest pick, the deer I was chasing since crossbow season. I think I sent you pics of him earlier. Well, let me check it out there, bud. Now, this is, man, I could really. So, Mike sent this picture. I don't know if we shared it on the page. We sure should have. Would have made some people mad, but what's new, right? So this is Mike's dad and his uncle. And for those of you who've been thinking about going to Fort Knox, look at these babies. These were killed, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, minutes apart. And in the minutes apart and yards apart. Like both of these bucks came in on the same unit on Fort Knox, chasing the same doe. His uncle Darren, who's on the right, killed the first one. And then once he killed that one, the doe obviously was still there. And the one on the left is Mike's dad. That buck came out. His dad killed that one. Now, I don't know if I got the order of this right, but there was one bigger than that came out after them. And I will not share the unit. I want to so badly because it would make Mike's uncle so mad. And I just think that would be funny. But I won't share the unit. But I will say that I know for a fact there was a buck bigger than this, maybe in the 170s, we estimated, in the same unit that these bucks are in. So if you've been wondering about going to Fort Knox, you should go. You should go. Let's see. Is it me or does Mike's dad look like Bill Jordan? Yeah, maybe it's just you. I don't know. Does he, Mike? Let's see here. Does that look like Bill Jordan? Or Jordan, as they say? I don't know why they say Jordan. Mike, do you think so? He looks like Bill Jordan? Maybe a little. Maybe a little. Bill Jordan's a big guy, though. Here's what Mark says. Let me stop with Mike's dad's face on there. Mark says, I hate putting a score on deer for this reason. If I score my deer correctly at 150 and Joe Blow kills a 90-inch deer and says it's 150, people don't know that Joe Blow is lying or don't know what he is doing when scoring. Then people say, oh, Mark's buck was the same size as Joe Blow's. And for the people that don't see them both, they assume I kill a 90-inch deer too. I know that's hard to follow, but long story short, I hate telling the score of a deer. I get it. There's some people post their deer and they're like, I measured this one, it's a 150. And everybody's like, nah, it's not. You know what I just do? I just don't comment. Let them believe it's a 150. Who cares? But Mark, there's no doubt you can tell a difference in your deer and the deer that you guys kill and a lot of others. Let's see. Doe was hot. Uncle Darren harvested a buck. The other buck came in right after Uncle Darren's. It saw Darren and ran toward my dad. Man, that's funny. That's awesome. And you know what they did? They packed up and went home and left the rest of the family there to fend for themselves. Let's see. Do we have any more pictures? If you sent me a picture, let me know. Here is, this is hard to get everybody in, but Stephen Lewis and his kid with a deer. Look, they're both so happy. Wow, Will, I just saw that text. I know where I'm going next year. Well, I'm just trying to kill a bear in Eastern Kentucky is what I'm trying to kill. So there's Steve. I think Steve may have sent me another one too. Maybe that was, maybe not. Maybe that was before. Thanks for sharing, Steve. Let's see. Do we have more? Do we have more? Oh, this is a good trail cam picture. So this is the very first deer we looked at. You can see the little flyer, little sticker sticking out on this one. The very first deer we looked at. This is it with a little better angle on his antlers. Man, that's a nice deer. That is a nice deer. Great job, Harold Kinney. That is a great one. Good for you, brother. Good for you. Let's see if we got any more pictures. If not, we'll call it a night. Uh-oh. Where are they? There we go. Nope. Ah, crap. I keep clicking on the wrong things. I'm trying here. Now my computer's frozen. Can you guys see me still? And my Facebook is frozen. All right, if you send me pictures, I'm sorry. All those pictures now. My Facebook is frozen. James looks like he sent me two more. Sorry. Oh, James sent me one of a bear. I'm very jealous, James. Back during bow season. Oh, James, we talked during bow season. Yeah, I remember now. Steven sent another one. So you see that? Steven's deer. That's a good one. See that deer right there. For you Fort Knox hunters, would that deer be legal? What do you think? Fort Knox hunters. 12 inches, would it be legal? I think it would. I think it would. And I passed up one that was wider than that. 8:30. The first day I gun hunted there, 8:30. One came out, was wider than that. It was a little outside the ears. And because of all the crap that we've set here on this show and talked about Fort Knox, I passed it. And I'm still beating myself up. Shouldn't have passed it. Man, I'm mad about it. Let's see here. I think that's it. And Bub's sent a couple. Hold on. That's Bub's pictures when it froze up my computer. All right, so this is Bub's buddy. Is this also not? This is also so the cactus buck I posted today was Knott County. This is another cactus buck, Knott County and Floyd County line. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Brian Booth, his buddy. How you doing, Brian? Right there, cactus buck. That's a cool one. You should have mine on there. Okay, let's see. Who said that? Justin. Oh, Justin. Yeah, yours was buried down there. I have yours. Holy cow, Justin. Let me see. I don't want to just show that on my phone. Guys, if you don't leave yet, Justin's is crazy. Son of a gun, it's still. I'm hoping if it kicks me off here, I'll be right back. Don't leave. We got to show Justin's right here, okay? Yep, legal looks about 13. Yeah, I would. Yeah, when I go back to Fort Knox next, not this weekend, but next, I will be shooting if something walks out that I deem legal. Crap. Okay, I'm just going to show Justin. Justin's buck is too good not to share. And guys, look at this. Look at this. Wow. How crazy is that? What do you guys think about that? That is a very large 8-pointer. What do you guys think? I sent a picture of my bear 9 years old son. Killed in the chase season. Okay, Ben. Yeah, that's a huge one. WO, you want me to show you what PK sent? Here's a picture of Justin's deer in the wild. Look at that. Wow. That's beautiful, man. Justin, that is beautiful. Justin, if you'll send me, if you have any more pictures, send them to me and send me some information about the hunt, just like a quick summary. And I want to post it on my page tomorrow for sure. Absolutely. Now, my friend Gary Kite. Gary, your muzzleloader looks very similar to mine. Gary's buck, he killed. It's hard to see on my phone with a muzzleloader. But look, I just want to show how happy Gary is. A happy Gary makes a happy John. PK wants me to show. PK's being funny. He just got a group of raccoons. PK, you need to trap those and make a dish. Make some kind of raccoon barbecue. I've seen Meat Eater do it. I'm sure it's great. So, all right, fellas. Listen, it's been a great night. Great show, flying solo. Kind of like these solo shows because I get to talk a lot. You know, I like that. Kentucky won. Not just Kentucky won, they blew out Miami. And our boy Reed Shepherd, hometown boy, London, Kentucky boy, second generation Wildcat, had a great game. So we're happy about that. Mike's laughing because I said I like the solo shows. I missed you, Michael. I missed you. So, hey, we appreciate you guys. Listen, November's over, but most of you still have doe tags. Some of you still have buck tags. Don't stop. Get out there, find food sources. Don't set your buddy heater in your tree stand. We learned that tonight. And get out there and keep hunting. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I hope you guys do. Have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday. Don't forget, we're probably going to have some things for sale online. I did miss Josh, but I don't think he's on here anymore. Gary's trying to Gary, me and my brother fight enough. You're trying to rile us up. It doesn't take that. We just naturally fight. So anyway, it's Friday. Look for some merchandise on sale. We appreciate you purchasing if you do. If not, it's all good. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good week. Adios.